And I believe we're about to get started. Here we go. And just a quick shout out. Thank you so much for the raid, Derb. Wonderful to have you here. You are here just in time for our first elimination round in our Swiss bracket this evening. And here we go. SZABOLCS looking very confident there, but NARAA has so much to use. And look at that down stack spike. A nice 25 there.
Forces SZABOLCS into an unfortunate circumstance, but they're gonna make the best of it. And that 18 is going to be enough to go.
First point there.
We're gonna see that SDPC spin once again from NARAA. Able to maintain their surge.
I liked that quick pause there. It was a, right, how am I going to attack this down stack? And they do so really well, but the back-to-back is on NARAA's side. This game is, believe it or not, slightly slower than some of the other games we've seen, but it's been really interesting because that slowed downness is, which is English, I promise, is really looking at the board and trying to work out how to play best. This is close.
Definitely have to balance between how much thinking you're doing about your optimal decision and just getting it out in time.
SZABOLCS gets another point. And here we go, a TKI there from SZABOLCS. He knows how to keep me happy. Oh, is that a misdrop on the opener from NARAA? That's unfortunate.
Yes, it is. They're not going to be allowed to get the C-spin. I do want to point out that NARAA did use that opener phase Season 2 change. Really ended up canceling the TSD with the TSS. But unfortunately, that misdrop afterwards is just going to seal their fate in the coming interactions.
And are we going to break this sweep, or are we going to see the first sweep of this evening? Because looking at the board, including the quad stream, we haven't actually had any. So come on, NARAA, let's not break the tradition of no sweeping.
Definitely too early to call it anything yet.
No, absolutely, and that is why we love first to 11. It gives plenty of time, but NARAA does need some crackers for all of that cheese they've created on their board. And they managed to do it. They downstack back down, but not being able to produce a back-to-back from it, and SZABOLCS is starting to build those and gets a nice little 16 spike there. That won't be enough to kill, though.
And SZABOLCS was just there trying to make the best of their 8-1 stack. Probably the hardest stack to make anything useful out of. But they are still going to make it out just fine. And get these amazing donations to access their wealth.
We love a good donation. And, oh yeah, nice little stack there on the left-hand side for SZABOLCS, and gets another point. There's misdropping from NARAA. I think the nerves of this being an elimination round might be getting to them a little bit.
Potentially. You're seeing a little bit of uncharacteristic gameplay from NARAA so far. They're playing, like, extremely defensively. And might be trying a little bit too hard to keep their board state neutral.
Ooh, manages to get SZABOLCS right up to the top, but the garbage is just not very cheesy. But NARAA again at the top, but good garbage to be able to use. Nice little T-spin double at the top there. I love the use there. What a down stack. It seems like NARAA looked at Quapi's ability to survive and went, yeah, no, I could give that a go.
Oh no!
Just some awkward piece placements there.
Yeah, one misdrop and then it spirals. And the momentum is fully in SZABOLCS's favor.
And here we go. Nice, it's a triple into a double spin there, which is going to push SZABOLCS really high up their board. But the problem is this early on in the match, the garbage is normally pretty clean and is able to be sent back. But the back-to-back for NARAA is looking dangerous. There we go, got a 10, but only produces a 13 spike, which isn't quite going to be enough. But the cheese is starting to build.
Setting those surges earlier is definitely going to add up with this cheese. That's going to slow down SZABOLCS on their down stack. They get to their well now, but NARAA was able to cancel with what they had.
And NARAA in a similar position, able to send a 13. It was all looking pretty clean from both players there.
And NARAA keeping it as low as they possibly can, looking for this tank. And oh no! The S into T misdrop is just going to seal the fate. They know how to top out immediately, no way out. But they're gonna have to put a wrench in this momentum eventually. Mix-ups are starting to become more and more of a requirement.
Oh, is this a TKI into an LST? It was, but that eyepiece is looking very awkward there. NARAA gonna take full advantage of that.
Already seen quite a bit of 7-2 starts from SZABOLCS. He tried to do it once more, but they're gonna identify when it's not the optimal play. But NARAA just has so much green on their board right now.
Oh, this is gonna hurt when it comes to the other side. This is looking absolutely fantastic.
17 back-to-back in the chamber and counting. Not looking like they're slowing down anytime soon.
Nope. This is gonna hurt when it's released. SZABOLCS doing whatever they can. And here we go. It's a 26, and that's gonna be enough to put the broom away. And once again, I am happy because there is no sweeping here.
The cracks in the momentum have started to form.
Oh,
this
and
is
here
NARAA's
we go.
opportunity.
Matching board states for a moment there. That was really cool.
And so SZABOLCS was looking like they were going to do a similar thing, thought about it for 2 seconds and just said, yeah, I think I'd rather just tank here. But unfortunately, now they just have a lot of cheese on their board. So they're going to have to be forced to break that out of force first.
SZABOLCS is a dangerous person to have cheese, though. As far as I'm aware, they may be a cheese racer. I think cheese is something they can work with really well. And oh, NARAA's board state is looking a little bit funky, which is going to give SZABOLCS time to downstack, but we know NARAA can build something up.
For sure. You see NARAA. Very good maintenance of their material. Unfortunately not able to make the force surge threshold, and that lost pressure actually is going to be the difference between living and dying to that spike. And I think we're going to see our first Brazil. And let's keep going. SZABOLCS understanding that, oh, a slight misdrop on their opener there actually. I was going to say, understanding the pressure that they're under and operating incredibly well, but I cursed and they misdropped. It's just part of being a commentator. NARAA looking extremely good there, building that back-to-back. Oh, back-to-back's looking equal now. Let's see where the players are going to go with this. There's a slightly awkward Z piece, but builds a spin. And as we say, a lot of the time there are no misdrops, just, you know, spins you haven't recognized yet. Another sort of impressive thing is that a lot of the times when people notice they're misdropping, they try to slow down to compensate and think a little bit more about their play. So NARAA's adaptation has been to speed up. And it's starting to work, and they're starting to take their momentum back.
They're getting that warm up. They're like, you know what, I'm not going down without a fight here. And that's what we love to see. And
the different ways these players react to nerfs is always a blessing to watch. And oh no, as I see that horizontal T-piece over their well.
I think looking at psychology of esports players is absolutely fascinating and a rabbit hole everyone should go down. Because it helps you understand just how much pressure these players are under and just how different it is to be on stream versus just playing Tetra League.
Especially on the world stage.
Absolutely, as a top 64 in the world. We'll keep saying it, these players have done everything to be here and are just fantastic. Oh, look at this back-to-back build by NARAA. We love to see it. Oh, that T-piece. That
vision is so good from NARAA.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Oh, that was stunning.
So well, perfectly.
That one needs clipping. That was beautiful.
Agreed.
And here we go.
And now it's gonna start with that PTO into all-spin. Misdrops their T-piece, but luckily SZABOLCS wasn't able to start up their surge, so NARAA's gonna be good for the foreseeable future, especially when the misdrops come in from SZABOLCS's end as well.
No matter what level you are, no one, absolutely no one, stops misdropping completely. It's something that affects all of us, especially when the pressure's hitting.
Beautiful parts about stacker games. It's not necessarily mitigating misdrops, but mitigating the impact afterwards that you want to start getting the hang of.
And we're going to keep going here with SZABOLCS with a fantastic well. NARAA with an awkward position, and SZABOLCS is going to get that 9th point, getting that momentum straight back.
The momentum has definitely been shifting back and forth more often than earlier in the set, but NARAA's going to have to try and find something to run away with, because if it continues this path, their tournament life could be over.
Here we go, fighting for his life. Going down, right at the top, another, look at that burst of speed. Wow.
Very nice burst, going all the way up to 4.
And we're
at
getting to
9 to
9-5. This is not over.
Far from it. And NARA's waiting to do that Season 2 with that cancel. But luckily they're fast enough to where they actually don't have to worry about receiving anything initially. They're gonna start with that Surge lead as well, and they're gonna keep stacking that the fastest they possibly can.
Oh, and look at the back-to-back building. We love to see it, and they release it. I think one of the issues that NARAA is having is just having something to send straight after the Surge and not just sending the Surge. But the fact that they're able to build that back-to-back to that height is really incredible. And I love how I'm giving advice. Really, I'm an A rank. I shouldn't be, but it's just what I've been noticing in this match.
I mean, very good observation. SZABOLCS does have a lot of keys on their board, so this might be NARA's time to try and force some extra things onto SZABOLCS. But as I say that, very amazing combo downstack.
With some nice gaps there as well. As I say, SZABOLCS and cheese, match made in heaven. He loves his cheese. Commander doesn't even have a TL rank. Does that make me technically better than you? I think so. Absolutely. No cap.
Technically ranked higher.
Yeah, look at the IP stack on NARA's side. Oh no, not the slight misdropping there. Come on, NARAA. Build it back. The
Very nice fixes, but the misdrops
so
aren't
clean.
done yet. And that vertical eye placement is gonna cut the spawn after classic.
And we're at match point for SZABOLCS here.
This is a
And
threat you
this could
definitely
be
don't
it.
want to be on the receiving end of if you're NARAA.
But again, even if this does result in NARA's loss, the fact that they've made it this far in the tournament is just something they should be proud of. Simple as that. And I will
NARA's response
celebrate
was
anyone who
one of
has
the
got-
quickest 23s we've seen in this event.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately,
All
those misdrops
the
afterwards is going to see
Yeah.
their fate entirely.
That is going to seal their fate, and SZABOLCS is going to take that win. But NARAA, thank you so much for giving us such incredible gameplay throughout your time in this tournament. It has been an
GG.
absolute pleasure to watch you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the tournament. And still, top 64, just wow. That's all I can say. Is just to all of these players, you're all incredible.